Hello guys, welcome to this new video. This video basically be me reviewing Class, which is a recent release. I think it was released 3 days ago at the time of making this. And yeah, so I thought I'd just briefly review it because I have listened to all the releases. I'm going to be trying to put them both in this one video because they released at the same time. But I may have to cut it and put in 2 videos. You'll see how it ends up. I'm going to attempt to do it in just the one video. So yeah. Let's get into it. So the cast list, I've just got this here, so the cast list and just remind me of all the episodes. It's obviously the main cast. Catherine Kelly as Miss Quill, Greg Austin as Charlie Smith, Fadi El Said as Ram Singh, Sophie Hopkins as April McLean, Vivian Opara as Tanya Adiola, and Jordan Renju as Mateus. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that surname. Reese Isaac Jones was in this as Thomas Langford in the first story. That's the only other actor I recognise from Volume 1. And obviously Sophie Aldridge in Volume 2. Tars Atwell, I think she's in a few. Big Finish Audio somewhere. And Nicholas Fix in Volume 2 as the Daleks. So yeah. Shall we just get into episode 1? So basically for these I'm going to be doing, you will be able to distinguish between the two parts. I'm going to start with Volume 1 now. I'm going to just do my brief review of each episode. Then I'll rank each episode for each volume. Like I'll go for the first volume, which is one of my favourites, second at least. Same for the second volume, then I'll do an overall ranking. So you know where I would put every single episode out of the 6 as well. Just so you can see which one's the best volume. If you was only going to go for one to see if you liked it. So yeah. So Volume 1 started off with Gifted, written by Roy Gill, and it basically, the synopsis on the website is, when a talent scout arrives in Shoreditch, Ram sees an opportunity to further his goals, whilst April strikes up a friendship with a new boy, Thomas Langford. Their choice is to draw all 3 to Carternal House, something like that. But who is the mysterious Mab that waits for them there? This episode was a great episode. Like, shows a bit more of Ram and April's relationship. I feel like the relationship felt rushed in the TV show. Like, it felt like they skipped various things they've done as a couple to make them the way they were. Because one week they sort of, you don't see them being close. You see more of Tanya and Ram being close, and then just suddenly they're together, kissing or sleeping together and various things like that. So this, they sort of fill in the gaps, this one, and another one in Volume 2 with the 2 characters. It sort of fills in gaps. I think it's a great one. It's like still got a little witch in it. It's like got a bit of a witch, so it's like a bit of witchcraft fantasy-esque story. It's like a haunted house-esque, like, sort of like a haunted house, which tries sort of controlling Ram. Don't really want to say too much, because that'll just give it away. But it is good, and it sort of is a nice character piece on Ram and April. So if you like them 2 characters, probably gonna like this one. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this one a 8 out of 10. So still a great rating. So now the second one is called Life Experience, and that is written by Jenny T. Cogle, a veteran writer and just Doctor Who in general, I think. She wrote the Christmas Invasion from the Time novels, which are up there, that's what I was looking up there. So yeah, Life Experience is after signing up for work experience at Zeppelin Labs, Tanya and Ram find themselves thrust into a world of medical research, but dark secrets lie at the heart of Zeppelin Industries, and not everyone can make it out alive. So yeah, like this one, I do really like this one, because it is like school. Like, you go for workplace and places, and you do little things. So that just seems something they could do, because obviously they're students, sixth form, and you do a lot of work placement there. So they go to Zeppelin Labs, and they're sort of like basically, their front, like, they try saying that they do it in pathogens, they're sort of viral bacterial research in pathogens, antigens, all that sort of stuff, is their front that they are meant to get the funding for. But secretly they have more creatures experimentation, like animal experimentation, but you can see where it goes, like, we're sort of finding more extraterrestrial forms of life, I'll say it. and one of them escapes, and it's a very claustrophobic type sort of story that I really, really liked. Overall, I would honestly give Life Experiences a 9.5, maybe even a 10 out of 10. It was that good. It is just a brilliant episode. So now the third one in the box set is Tell Me You Love Me by Scott Hancock. So basically, this one says, Scott Hancock directed this as well, and he is a pretty decent writer. The school day is ended. Charlie and Mateus find themselves alone. They're not quite as alone as they first believed. 3 little words can mean the difference between life and death, and Quill is the only person they can turn to. It's a nice sort of, those 3 characters manage to carry an episode, which is good. Obviously one person comes in for like, what, 2 minutes of the whole story? But the 3 characters do carry the episode phenomenally, I think. And I don't know, it just, like, obviously you can tell me what the 3 words from Tell Me You Love Me, you can guess the 3 words that they have to say, and somehow, like, it transfers from them, and something makes them talk like they can't stop. It's just sort of like a parasitic life form. I can't really give much more away without spoiling the core plot. So, Tell Me You Love Me, that's Tell Me You Love Me. So overall, a summary for this box set. This one, those all 3 stories are brilliant. Wait, Tell Me You Love Me, I would give a 8 out of 10 as well. So Life Experience obviously is my favourite in the box set. Second I think was Gifted. And third is Tell Me You Love Me. But it's all depends on what you sort of like. Depends on the, like, Gifted could easily be the first one. Same with Tell Me You Love Me, because I've seen people put Tell Me You Love Me as their number 1. So it could be in any order. But this box set, I feel like it's a good character piece. They've managed to characterise the characters brilliantly. The one thing I will say, which, like, Tanya is probably the best, like, in terms of audio, because, like, her voice, I feel like, worked in audio. Ram and April and Charlie, it took me a bit of time to sort of get into them, like, good 5 minutes of them being on screen. But that isn't really a fault of them, just because, you know, when they go from TV to voice acting, it's a change. So it's similar to how the Doctors were, like, back in the Signs of Time, like, Colin Baker was the best Doctor, in terms of his voice acting, because he played the best. Like, the other 2, Sylvester McCoy and Pete Davidson, weren't as good because they were inexperienced and they just didn't do it as well. And sort of the same with this. Quill and Mateus are decent. I like Mateus in this as well. Yeah, so just the voice acting, because they're new to sort of voice acting, is one problem. But obviously as soon as you get 5 minutes into it, then you sort of get into it and you like them. So yeah, that is basically volume 1. Now let's go to volume 2. Already gone through the cast list. So let's just get straight into it. Everybody Loves Reagan by Tim Foley. I don't believe I've seen an episode with him or listened or read anything written by him before. I could be wrong, but his name doesn't stick out. So yeah. When Reagan Harper joins Coal Hill Academy, everybody instantly loves her. Everybody except that April. Is there really more to Reagan than meets the eye? Or are there other forces at work at Coal Hill? This one honestly is another brilliant story. You start off by they actually make you like Reagan at the beginning. Obviously as April starts to distrust her, you sort of trust her less, like her less. And just the way that she sort of can't really, this one is one of those ones I can't explain without spoiling the entire plot. I don't want to do. So yeah, like, you do get to see a bit more of Ram and Tanya in it, but April's the focus point. You see a bit more of April and Ram's relationship, which I like. But yeah, I really cannot explain what this one, just trust me on this one. I've seen a lot of people, this one has been rated like in the top 2 or 3 by most people who've listened to this box set from what I've seen and spoken to. So yeah, they're the sort of people who really do like this, and this one's been high up in most people's views. Some people have ranked it their first. So yeah, oh, sorry about that. So this one I would give a 9 out of 10. Now You Know by Tim Lang. I'm pretty sure he's a new writer. I really do not recognise that name. Following a series of freak attacks on staff and pupils, Tanya and Mateus find themselves investigating a mystery that dates back to the 1960s. Together, they hope to solve it, even if that means turning on one another to do so. This one, Tanya and Mateus, before these 2 boxes, I wouldn't think go together. Like, they're the sort of people who saw the outcast, which is what brings them together in this. But, because like you see the relationship, like you see Ram is with Tanya and April, sort of So there goes relationship. Charlie and Mateus, Tanya and April, those sort of relationships you see a bit more. You don't really see Tanya and Mateus in the TV show too much, like together and sort of coming together. But at its core, this is a really good story because it's sort of tackles bullying, which is a problem you do have in a lot of schools in the country and probably in the world, because I know the United States, I think I've got a problem with that as well at schools. I don't know about other foreign countries, like say China, like Asia or anywhere like that, but bullying is at the core of a lot of schools in a lot of countries. So obviously for things around class, like a school children, they could easily bring that in. They've done it remarkably well. And the mystery dates back 1960. They also make a reference to Ian, Barbara, Susan without actually saying their names. So one of those references that if you know those characters and have seen Unearthly Child, you will get the reference. If you haven't, it doesn't interfere with the plot. It's just like a little comment that is brilliantly handled. It's one of those things that makes you just happier because they do make a comment and it doesn't interfere with the plot at all. So yeah, now you know I would personally give an 8 as well. Okay, In Remembrance by Guy Adams. Guy Adams is a veteran writer as well. He has written quite a lot, good writer. So yeah, this is the one that has Ace and Daleks in, obviously. Sequel to Remembrance of the Daleks. When an alarm is triggered at Coal Hill Academy, Quill and Charlie encounter a mysterious intruder prowling around school premises. Worse, they also encounter a Dalek. The only hope of survival lies with the stranger, a woman who calls herself Ace. This is a good story as well. I like the chemistry. Ace and Quill have decent chemistry together. They sort of bounce off each other. Charlie gets sort of taken around the beginning. It's not really a spoiler, that part. He gets sort of taken and transported back in time, I think it was, to the 60s, around College Academy. Well, college school I think it was back then, but yeah. And just, like, Quill has to try and get Charlie back. So to do that, the Dalek's the one who can take her to get Charlie back, so she sort of has to help the Dalek at one point. And well, obviously against Ace's recommendation, I just like chemistry, and like I'm talking about the Doctor, and just things like that. So In Remembrance, I would give a 9. So overall, this box set is a really strong box set. In this box set, I would rank Everybody Loves Reagan as the best, In Remembrance second, and then Now You Know third. But it still is a strong box set. So at the 6, my favourite is Life Experiences. Second favourite is Everybody Loves Raven. Third favourite is In Remembrance. Fourth would probably be Gifted. Fifth would be Now You Know. And sixth would be Tell Me You Love Me. But literally sixth, I still gave you an 8 or 7, something like that. I've forgotten now. Which is still a phenomenal rating. Overall, these box sets are some of the best pieces I've listened to this year. Not just been released this year, one I've listened to. Because obviously I purchased a couple of the 51 to 100s, which you can see up there. I bought Sci-Reality as well. I've bought Diary of a Song, which I'm sort of in the middle of. Bought a few Torchwords. So I have gotten quite a few releases this year. And I will be getting more, obviously. And these are the 2 of the best releases I have seen this year. This is just brilliant. Like, if you haven't got it, if you weren't on the TV show, get this. I like the TV show. This I love. I think Class could work so well. It's like what Torchwood does with the character pieces. Like, they do focus on 2. That was the main problem with the TV shows. They tried to get everyone equal screen time, which meant no one was developed enough. But on here, because they limit it to more or less 2 characters, like main characters, for the rest of the plot. Maybe a third even there, but not usually. That can like develop the characters, so I feel like this could work so well on audio. So yeah, hopefully they announce another 2 box sets. And yeah. So with that to be my review of Class. Let me know your thoughts down below if you bought them. Will you get them? Has this review affected your opinion in any way? So yeah. This will basically be my review of Class. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. I will see you guys next time. So, bye guys.